My stepkids said I had no authority, so I took them to their real dad's house. Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Visuals. I used to think that loyalty, commitment, and hard work were enough to build a family. But sometimes, you can give your all, your love, your time, your money, and still be treated like you're nothing. I'm 42 years old. I've been married to my wife, Danielle, for 8 years. When we met, she already had 2 children, Ethan, who's now 17, and Lily, 15. Their biological father was never consistent. He'd show up when it suited him, make empty promises, and send holiday cards that often arrived months late. So I stepped in. For 8 years, I became the reliable one. The one who showed up for parent-teacher conferences, paid for school field trips, covered orthodontic treatments, and made sure there was always a roof over their heads. When Danielle and I bought our home 5 years ago, I was the one who put down the deposit. Every single mortgage payment came from my account. I handled the bills, covered repairs, bought every piece of furniture. But I never made it about money. I never threw it in anyone's face. I treated Ethan and Lily as my own. Or at least, I believed I did. Then, about 6 months ago, things started to shift. Ethan got his first girlfriend. His attitude changed, he started walking around like he ruled the place. Lily, who used to call me dad so effortlessly, suddenly became withdrawn and moody. I figured it was just the usual teenage stuff. But there were signs, little things that hit harder than I expected. Once, Ethan blew up because I asked him to take the trash out before heading to a friend's house. He mumbled under his breath, "You're not even my real dad. Why should I listen to you?" Danielle was right there, scrolling on her phone. She didn't say a word. Then one afternoon, I heard Lily chatting on FaceTime in the living room. She said, "James is so annoying. He acts like the place is his or something." That cut deep. Still, I told myself I was being too sensitive. Until everything came crashing down one Saturday. I was in the garage fixing a leaky pipe. The kids were in the kitchen, music blasting, laughing over breakfast. That's when I heard Ethan talking about throwing a party while Danielle and I were out of town the next month. Lily laughed and said, "Whatever, it's not even his house. He just pays for it." Ethan replied, "Exactly. He thinks he's in charge. He's just mom's husband. This is our house too. He doesn't get to boss us around." I stood there, frozen. Something in me broke. It became painfully clear, they didn't see me as a father figure. Not even as a stepfather. Just the guy who funded their lifestyle. The guy they didn't have to respect. I spent the rest of the day thinking, really thinking. And by the next morning, I'd made a decision. Sunday came, and I called Danielle and the kids into the living room. My tone was calm. Maybe too calm. They sat down, expecting a talk about chores or behavior. Instead, I said, "You're right. This isn't my house. So here's what's going to happen." Ethan scoffed and laughed like it was a joke. "What's your deal, man?" he asked. "What's my deal?" "My deal is that I gave everything, emotionally, financially, physically, to this family, only to be treated like I don't exist." I told them to start packing. Danielle looked stunned. "James, what are you even saying?" I looked at her and said, "You and your kids will be staying with their real father. Since I apparently don't get a say in the house I pay for, let's see how he handles things." Lily's face turned ghostly pale. Ethan tried to push back, but I raised my hand. "Don't bother. I'm done playing the villain in a story where I'm the only one doing anything right." Danielle broke down. "Please, James, this is insane. They didn't mean what they said. They're just being teenagers." But I was past that point. I gave them 3 days. Told them I'd even help move their stuff. 3 days later, I loaded up my truck with their boxes and drove them across town to their biological father's 2-bedroom apartment. The look on his face when he opened the door? Priceless. He stumbled over his words. What's going on? I smiled. Your kids. They want to be with their real dad. Just helping them make it happen. Ethan and Lily stood there, stunned. That was when reality started to set in. Their father didn't have space. He barely had food in the house. No clean sheets. No plan. Danielle begged me to rethink things. Said we could figure it out. But I stood my ground. I need respect, Danielle. I need to feel like part of this family. Until then, this isn't a home. Things got messy after that. Danielle moved in with her sister, kids in tow. The first week? Silence. Then the messages started. First from Ethan, then Lily, and finally Danielle. I was stupid, Ethan wrote. I didn't mean it. Can we come back? Lily messaged, I'm so sorry. I miss you. I didn't realize how much you did for us. Even Danielle admitted she'd let things go too far, that she should have spoken up for me more often. I told them I needed time. That respect isn't about saying sorry, it's about showing it. Weeks passed. Then one evening, I heard a knock on the door. It was Ethan and Lily. No big speech, no excuses. Just, can we talk? We sat around the kitchen table for hours. I told them how deeply their words had cut me. How hard I had tried to be there for them. And for the first time in a long time, I felt like they truly listened. Later, Danielle came by. We had a long conversation too. We started trying to rebuild things. Slowly. Carefully. But I made one thing crystal clear, I will not be disrespected in my own home again. I'm not an ATM. I'm a person who loves this family, who's been there every step of the way. But I won't be ignored or taken for granted anymore. So, tell me, was I wrong to pack up my stepkids' belongings and drop them at their dad's place? Or did I just do what anyone else would have done in my shoes? What would you have done? Let me know in the comments. And if you liked this story, be sure to like and subscribe to support Reddit Visuals. Your support means everything.